to reduce shipping errors. And it's all at a fraction of the cost. It's the fastest, most affordable way to ship products to your customers with discounts up to 88% off UPS, DHL Express, and USPS rates, and up to 90% off FedEx rates. When shoppers choose to buy your products, turn them into loyal customers with cheaper, faster, and better shipping. Go to shipstation.com/THEO to sign up for your free trial. There's no credit card or contract required, and you can cancel at any time. That's shipstation.com/Theo. Let's go down another road. You had mentioned that WhatsApp and Signal are farcical, right?
I'm not sure if they're farcical. I mean, I know that there are ways the government can go into it. I mean, there's a Pegasus, which is a program developed in Israel, which was used by governments all around the world, including Saudi Arabia. At some point, it was being used by the United States government as well, in which they could basically gain access to our phones and see everything inside, and even the encrypted messaging apps. Absolutely. However, it's still the app. Those are still apps that I use.
Right.
But if we don't talk about locations and dates, but the most sensitive information, we usually talk face to face or certain ways that I'm not going to disclose. But
for sure. I went to Qatar a few months ago to do comedy for some military personnel over there.
Yeah.
And part of me wondered if they had tapped my phone when I was there.
Yeah.
And because they kind of had me come very quickly at the last minute, I was like, why are they having me come,
Oh, wow.
I mean, I thought
was
it was
the government that invited you, or was it the military?
Yes, it was the hospitality people there. And they were extremely hospitable and they were very kind. I didn't get nothing inside of me set off any qualms from them personally, that they had any ill will or they were out for anything nefarious against me.
For the Qatari military that you were doing
It was
this?
for the U.S.
Yeah.
It was a joint base.
Okay.
But it just happened very fast. They're like,
can you come?
My agent was like, if you can be at the airport in 5 hours, you can go.
Wow.
And you'll be back in 36 hours.
Wow.
And so it was just a lot. And I was like, I was very gracious. I would go back in a heartbeat. I had a great time.
So in a situation like that, do you already know do you have a set? Do you have your comedy set already?
Oh, that was a hectic moment for me because, well, first I thought there was a part of me that was like, are they going to kill me or whatever? Because, journalism has recently become a little bit more, and I wouldn't call this journalism. I would definitely call this somebody recovering from addiction doing their best in front of equipment from Best Buy. But I would say that.
I love how they laugh.
But these days, that is kind of like what the world, it's like.
Right?
It's somebody trying to share what they think or get information that's not mainstream media, right?
Yeah.
So, and I just didn't know. I said, who knows if they put out a hit on, the top 80 podcast,
right.
podcasts, and okay, they're filing us in. There was a part of me that was scared.
Right. So what did you do anything with your phone?
Well, the first thing I did was bring a friend. I was like, I'm not dying by myself over there, So I brought my buddy Bizzle because he's had a good life. And so I was like, yeah, I'm picking somebody I'm not picking somebody that still has to figure it out. But anyway, no, I didn't, because at first I didn't think that they would tap my phone or that they could have. But I don't know, is it easier over there? And then I asked Sean Ryan and he's like, they probably did. They tapped, yeah.
Yeah, it's very possible. I went to Vietnam. I did a story about the bride trafficking story we did was in Vietnam.
And this in this new season?
For the new season, yeah. And it's a very sort of, the government controls the press over there. And so it took us months to even get the visa approved, the journalism visa to go to the country where we can bring all our camera gear and all that. And once we did, we were told immediately. We were assigned a government minder, a guy who's with us the whole time. And he also had some law enforcement guy with him. So every single interview we did, they were right there. Oh, and we had to send them questions in advance before every interview. And they would have to tell us it's okay to ask this, it's not okay to ask that, which for me, for the kind of work we do, is horrible. We're trying to talk to, these bride traffickers and these underworld characters, the Voldemorts of the world, and we were being spied and listened to the whole time. And then we actually found out through some sources there that they believed our phones were absolutely being tapped. And there was one day, and so and that our vans, our rental vans, were being tapped as well.
Oh, yeah.
And when we were told this one afternoon, the next morning we had to go get into the vans, and we were told that the fixer had taken our van because the van had some problems overnight. And we were like, oh.